Hello, everyone. Do you feel that you might be going through an awakening period in your life? Have you had a light bulb moment where you started to feel spiritually different? You're being drawn to go to perhaps see a medium, a healer, or you're drawn to mind and body fairs? Just something that's making you start to question, drawn to reading books about ghosts, angels, spiritual things, UFOs, aliens, whatever it is. How do you deal with it? How do you recognize that you're suddenly having a spiritual growth, an awakening period in your life? Well, it can be difficult to know what to do and how to deal with it because energies will change within you and around you. So I've brought together 10 tips with my guides to help you with this. So hopefully this video will help anybody that's starting to become more aware of something more than our 3D presence on this earth. The first thing with awakening, it's not all about becoming something new. It's finding your true self of who you are. And the first tip is accept the change. Growth often begins with discomfort or confusion in your daily life. So if you're a really religious person, you've been brought up in a very indoctrinated family, like a Catholic, and you suddenly want to explore mediumship because you're drawn to it, then you might do this not telling your family you're doing it and do it secretly because you're afraid of the consequences. So this can cause confusion. So there's little bits of yins and yans going on with this. So acceptance of change is key for your spiritual growth. Trust the process. Transformation is a natural part of personal spiritual evolution. We are all born here to evolve and to spiritually grow. And we'll all have different soul plans and different tasks to fulfill. So just trust this. So this is, tip 2 for you. Just trust. Tip 3, notice your awareness. You may be seeing things more clearly than before and are letting go of old habits, people, material things that no longer serve you on this earth life path. That's very common when you start to raise your energies, because when you start to understand something is different to how your life's been, say, for the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years, your energies start to alter and you become a brighter light beacon. And it affects your awareness and your sensitivity grows stronger. So anything that isn't good around you, you will not want to be around. That could include people. Give yourself space is tip 4. Time alone helps you to process the inner shifts, and meditation and mindfulness is really, really key to this. I know in my early stages when I started to not really understand what was happening around me, I used to have to take myself off in nature, or I learned to sit and meditate, and this helped to calm my mind. And meditation, mindfulness also helps you with the acceptance and the trust and the awareness. So, in the first 3 tips, it will help you with all of that. The other thing is, tip 5 is to stay grounded. Connect with nature and your body to stay balanced. Grounding is very important because we are part of Mother Earth's energy. And once you start to become more spiritually aware and have an awakening and things start to ascend and grow within you, you'll become more elevated. And this can cause tiredness, detachment from your everyday feelings of life and everything. So it's very important to do grounding. You can do grounding through a meditation. If you go onto my SD Bengal Rose shop, there is a grounding meditation there. It's an MP3 you can download, which would help you. Point 6, let go of old patterns. So, you've lived your life to this point of this awakening. You might have had trauma, you've got old habits, old values. What no longer fits will naturally fall away from you. So don't be afraid to let it go. You will be finding more of your true spiritual self and your path. So it could be habits, it could be materialistic things, it could be just the way you think. You might be drawn to you might be in a job that's a bit aggressive and a bit heavy, and you might decide to do another job. It's all follow this intuition, this plan. Oh, the next one is follow your intuition. Point 7. Your inner guidance becomes stronger during transformational change. So, what do we mean by this intuition? You have a higher self being that oversees a soul plan that's been written for you as a guidance through your life. So it's like you're on the Earth University and you're starting college, your university, and you have a plan for the year of what to do. It's only like a few things in terms, and it's not every second of your day. And it's just little targets that are hopefully reached during your spiritual awakening while on earth. So, and this comes from the intuitions and the guidance you're in. So it's like a gut feeling. Is this right? Is this wrong? Learn to trust it. Learn to sit in your space and trust this intuition. Be patient. As awakenings unfold, people can be drawn to do many things, try different things like Reiki, holistic healing, all sorts, or just changes in life. And patience is a massive part of this. Not all, you're going to go through healing. It's not all going to happen at once. There's going to be layers of healing. We call this deep core healing. So as you awaken, you will naturally start to need to heal from your past to help bring your light brighter and not carry the baggage of trauma, doubt, hate, or whatever it is there that's preventing you moving forward. And patience is part of this. And you'll find as your spiritual journey evolves, this awakening, then the healing will naturally unfold for us, which is what I found on my spiritual awakening path. Number 9 is seeking understanding. Learning can help you make sense of your experiences. Find books, watch videos. So I've got a YouTube channel called Quantum Trance Healing. Even though it's called trance, there's actually loads of information on there, and my blog from my website, quantumtrance.co.uk. And I've also written a book called The Spiritual Handbook, which is amazing for people who are coming into this awakening spiritual energy, and loads of information in there. And what I say to people when they buy it is just have it there. Don't read it from front to back. Just look at the list and go to what you're drawn to read, because that's what you need for the now. And then as time unfolds, you'll be drawn to read more of it, or you might read the whole book, who knows? It's whatever your path is. So seeking understanding also involves perhaps finding like-minded people, because as you evolve and change, you need to be able to express your feelings to other people. You can find Zoom groups, or perhaps a spiritualist church or something in your neighbourhood where you can go and say, well, I've experienced this, and they say, oh yes, that's very common. And it's just having that camaraderie and that friendships of knowing that you're not imagining it, and it's a natural evolvement for you as a human. And then number 10 is really embrace who you are becoming. Oh my, because I spent years hiding behind my evolvement, my ascension, my path, and I didn't tell people what I did. And then people finally out say, oh, you do this, you do that, can I have a reading? And then one day I just made it my path, and that was what I am. And everything changed. My acceptance of who I am, I started to embrace it. And that's what you need to do. Change is leading you toward a more authentic, true self. If you don't embrace who you are, and you're evolving, you are an evolving human being. And we're all evolving, we're all changing. Your energy would change on this awakening or changing you're going through. And things will fall away that don't serve you. Friendships can change. Your health will get better. You'll look at your lifestyle and improve it. And the whole picture just improves because you see there's a better way of being. You don't have to become a medium or a holistic healer or a trance communicator or a psychic reader, whatever. You just improve your life day to day as you. Be a better person, open that door for people, be more patient, more compassionate, more empathic. Just, you can change, and just embrace it and trust the process. Well, that's the end of the 10 tips. Enjoy your awakening and the change it's coming for you, because we're all going through it. Even if you haven't quite seen it yet, it's there. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.